So if you're trying to come up with story ideas for your screenplay, your short film, your feature, whatever the case may be, here are 3 ways that I generate story ideas. Okay, so number 1 is going to be real life. Real life is always going to be your best resource. Whether it's about a person you know or it's about something that happened to you in your life, those are always going to be great resources. For me, myself, I pull from my family, I pull from my friends, I pull from the town that I grew up in. The first feature that I ever wrote is called The Field, and it's loosely based off of all of my experiences growing up here, whether the athletes that I knew, the people that turned down the wrong path, gang violence and things like that. I incorporated all of that into that feature film. Okay, so number 1, real life. Real life is always going to be a great resource. Number 2 is going to be the news. The news is full of interesting things that happen every day. You could literally scroll through there and find whether it's your local news, international news. Places like Florida are always good for like really interesting things that happen there. Obviously, there's crime that happens, and those are great things to pull from, whether it's somebody, a U-Haul getting pulled over and they're stealing meat or something like that, or you even have like good things that happen, whether somebody ran into a burning building and saved a bunch of people. So those are always good resources to pull from. The only thing you have to be careful of is making sure you go through the proper channels. So if you want to make the story based off of the real person, you want to make sure you have an entertainment lawyer so you can do it the right way. Or you can just change the name, change the location, use that as a inspiration instead of a direct, story based off of that person. And then you'd be totally fine. But make sure if you do want to base it off that person, you go through the proper channels to make sure there's no, lawsuits or anything coming your way. And then lastly is a premise that you really care about. So number 3, a premise that you really care about. So a lot of us have, emotional responses to many different things. It could be about dogs. It can be about, climate change. It can be about, just anything, romantic relationships, all these different things. Just starting with the premise you care about and then building the world around it. Or starting with a theme you care about and building the world around it. One of the things that really resonates with me is endangered animals. So what I did was take that, and this is while I was in college, I took that and then I just started to build a superhero kind of X-Men world around, that premise. So those are the 3 things that are going to help you generate stories if you've ever, come into writer's block, or you're just sitting there and you're stumped and you don't know what to write about and you're just kind of tired of waiting for inspiration to hit you. 1 is going to be real life. 2 is going to be the news. And then lastly, 3 is going to be a premise or a theme that you really care about. All right. Good luck writing.